Dallas at Carolina. All right, that's interesting. Sort of. Not really.
Yeah.
What's the number here? And better yet, do you see any props from BetOnline as to how many Carolina fans Jarrett Atrick will flip off during the game?
I have to look for that one, but probably quite a few. I'm going to take this a little bit different here. In honor of the way Javonte Williams has been playing and Rico Dowdle's 200 yards rushing last week, I'd like to take a second to get back on my don't pay running back soapbox. Just saying. Pro Football Focus's top 6 rated running backs right now, their contract average ranks at the position are 37th, 101st, 64th, 54th, 28th, and 30th. The top 3 paid running backs, Saquon, Christian, and King Henry, they rank 46th, 23rd, and 49th. Anyways, don't pay them.
Dude, I just think this is a whole Shanahan thing. You're running this all the way back to the lobster again.
I know, but Kyle pays him, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
that is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I still don't understand it. But anyways, actual game here, we have a Wendy Williams double gasser play of the week with these two defenses. The belch part, Alvin.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No.
That's the flu-sled defense. The gas, right there. That's the Carolina leaky D. And while both of them played better last week, they don't count because they played against the Dolphins and Jets. So it's a Dak v. fifth grader game here. Bryce has once again played himself out of a future, it seems like, in Carolina. Dak has played himself into the MVP conversation, and he has a huge advantage here. Carolina has the worst pressure rate in football. I'm climbing back in Jera's -3 glory hole. I don't know if I said that right. But anyways, every better's in it this weekend, and we're going to go with the Cowboys -3.
Dude, you never ever say anything right, so go ahead and assume that you didn't get that right. You know what, though? What's weird is you and I are really on the same page on this stuff so far. Dak, to me, and I have to admit it, he's balling his ass off. Well, to your point, Bryce Young, to me, is battling just to keep his job. Carolina's defense is not going to be able to get off the field. And while it's hard to feel confident in anything in the NFL this season, this is one I actually do feel pretty good about. Dallas minus the points. No hook, right? Just 3?
Just 3 straight, yeah. Right, it was a hook, and now it's gone. Yes.
Yeah, there was a hook. Yep. There was a hook. Better yet, hit that thing now before it comes back. All right, Lions at Chiefs. Now, there's a banger. Love this game. What's the number? What's your play?
Yeah, I can't bleep and wait for this one. The 2-3 Chiefs are 2-point favorites now. It's moved down from 2.5 points. Right now, Kelvin Shepard's Lions defense ranks 3rd best EPA per play in the NFL, but maybe, just maybe, KC's offense is showing some life here. The Baltimore ass-kicking didn't count, but on Monday night in Duval, 476 yards of total offense, including 158 yards rushing against the Jags D that ranks 6th in the EPA per play, that same metric that Detroit's defense ranks well in. It's just the other things that killed them in Duval, like the Frogs pick 6, 13 freaking penalties, Dave Tube's special teams, which is weird, and their $158 million defensive tackle scratching his nuts on the biggest play of the game. I think they clean it up.
And then deleting his social.
Nuts. Dude, weak-minded. The Chris Casey ending is not going to be beautiful. Let's just put it that way. He cannot take criticism at all. But here, Detroit is banged up in the trenches and on the outside. The Frog could feast on their speed, or with his speed. I'm riding with a desperate Patty Mahomes because when his opponent is coming off a win by more than 10 points, 15 and 4 ATS in his career. So I'm going to go Chiefs -2 at home.
Sounds like the Frog is here for it. All right, so you're going to take a desperate Patty Mahomes. See, I see it the other way. Detroit might be a little banged up, but, man, they smell the blood in the water. They know it. They know it. The Chiefs are not what they used to be, while the Lions, well, same as they ever were. You're telling me I can have Detroit and points? Detroit and points? To me, no-brainer. Like, I would take them straight up at this point. And even though what you're talking about, the injuries in the trenches, do give me some pause for concern, I'd even lay a point at this point. Luckily, I don't have to. I'll go the other way. You and I can't go the same way on everything. I'm going to take Detroit +2. Detroit +2. All right, Niners, Bucks. Another game I love. I don't think it's a secret to anybody watching or listening. If they know both of us, they know that you are obsessed with both Rat Sr. and Rat Jr.
That's
just
right.
as they know I love Baker Mayfield and always have. I know which way you're leaning. I just need to know the number and what your thoughts are this week, given how banged up your team is.
Yeah. First off, hey, Jean in Baltimore. San Francisco continues to be
Jean?
banged up.
Is he French? Jean Harbaugh?
John?
Hey, John.
That guy. John. Sorry,
Hey,
my
John.
bad.
Bajan?
Yeah.
Like
Bajan
Bajan
in
Robinson?
Baltimore. Yeah.
Bajan Harbaugh?
Dude cannot field a competitive team like my stepbrother Kyle does in San Francisco with the injuries. I just want to point that out. And here it looks like Kyle will be without big clock Brock and probably his top 4 pass catchers. But it's all right because Kyle will be there with Mac Jones and it's Kendrick Bourne. They will attack a Tampa D that Sam Darnold lit up for 341 yards passing last week. As for Baker's O and stopping that, Seattle had no luck, but can punked by Liam Cohen. That's what I'm going to call Bob Saleh until he, sticks up for himself. Punked by Liam Cohen's defense, Bob Saleh. His numbers are actually wild. 0 interceptions for his defense this year on the season. 0 interceptions. That's the same as Aaron Glenn. Only Carolina has a worse pressure rate than Bob Saleh's D, and Sir Matthew Stafford also threw for 300.
How the hell are they doing it?
Well, I think so. 6th overall in scoring, but they're good on third down and they're elite in the red zone. And that's how they've been doing it all season.
When it matters.
Yes, when it matters. And the key here, red zone, Tampa's O, it ranks 25th in the NFL. That's why I'm going with the fam here. Those reasons, and Tampa's average margin of victory is 2.25. I'll take 3 in San Francisco.
Yes, that's interesting because they both just win. They both find ways to win. That's why their average margin of victory is what it is. And then you have 3. Look, respect to Lobster Jr., honestly. The fact that guy's got that team 4-1, and the fact that they just keep finding ways to win is pretty incredible. But so do the Bucs. And Frisco is banging the hell up right now. And my dude, Baker, is on one. The thing I love about Baker, the more success he has, the bigger the chip on his shoulder gets. Like, the guy's not in any way complacent. The guy's not in any way, tell me how my ass tastes. Like, he just gets hungrier and fiercer, and the chip on his shoulder gets bigger and bigger. No way I fade my dude. No way. Just like you don't fade your rat. Like, you're not going to fade your lobster. Neither one of us can do that. Bucks -3. All right.
Beautiful.
Now, if you had told me, Head, before the season that the Seahawks v. Jags would be a really interesting Week 5 matchup, I would have called you a degenerate. Well, in fact, I'm still going to call you a degenerate. You're still that, Head. But here we are. And this game actually is pretty interesting. What is the number and how are you playing it?
Yeah, first off, question. You know Michael McDonald? Because I don't know Michael McDonald's defense right now. You know Michael McDonald? Alvin?
Do you know about Ronald McDonald?
Do you know
Thank you, right there.
about Michael McDonald? I don't
That
know,
guy-
Cheryl. I know about
Yep,
you.
yep, yep.
You sound like you had a few too many to drink.
That guy's defense, it's gotten bad
why is she
lately.
name checking
Do you know about
McDonald?
Ronald McDonald?
I know Ronald McDonald. Do you know Grimace?
I forgot about the
know
yep,
about
yep,
Ronald
yep part.
Yep.
That is
yep,
fantastic. Yep, yep, yep.
Do you
Yeah,
know
the
that?
defense. Yeah.
Do you know the
It's gotten
Hamburglar?
bad.
Yep,
Do
yep,
you know Grey Goose? Do you know Chopin?
yep.
Do you know Tequila?
Do you know about Ronald McDonald?
Do you know Don Julio?
Do you know about Ronald McDonald?
Do you know about Don Julio?
Yep.
Why are we talking about Ron McDonald?
Do you know about Ronald McDonald?
Well, because, that guy's defense wet the bed in Arizona in the fourth quarter, and the entire game v. Tampa, he was not a good look for him either. Like, if they don't turn you over, they can't stop you. Baker threw for 379 yards against these guys, and Seattle hit him once. Like, hit him one time the entire game. That sets up beautifully for Booger Lawrence. Honestly, I think this is a big game for the Boogman. Right now, he ranks 21st in QBR, barely above Justin Fields. If you look at this team right now, he has coaching, it seems. He has weapons. It's just, if some dude wasn't scratching his nuts on Monday night, he might have tripped that game away. And here, against a toothless Seattle pass rush and a banged-up secondary, he has to ball. He has one of the best lines in football, second best in run block win rate, third best in pass blocking. It's about consistency, Boog. Show it here. I'm going to ride with him, actually, and take the Jags on a pick-em straight up.
Wow, bro, we do not see this game the same way at all. But let me ask you this. Do you remember that time you and I were in Las Vegas and we had a meeting, and it was a really important business meeting, and you had your feet up on the desk, and then you looked around the desk or the table and you said, do you know Ron McDonald?
I did say that, yeah.
Do you know Ron McDonald?
Do you know about Ron
What's a guy have to do to get a cocktail here?
Do you know about
And they
Ronald
said, yep, yep, yep.
An F-bomb
Yep.
cocktail? Do you, yep. You remember that?
You can have it. I do remember that.
Anyway, you know here we're all about Duval. You made that pretty clear. The Jags are a tremendous story. The Jags are legit. However, I'm going the other way. I will go with the Hawks here because the Jags to me are coming up on a short week. We're coming back on a short week. I'm looking for a bounce back from my dude, Sam Darnold. And unlike you, I have more faith that Ronald McDonald has a little something for that booger eater, Trevor Lawrence.
Booger eater.
Look, great. Made some great throws when he had to have it. Got in the end zone after getting tripped up. I'm just not sold on the booger eater. Not yet. I need to see it again. I need to see more of it. Tough pick. It's a pick 'em. I'm going with Seattle. Right when I thought you and I were going to be like on the same page 5 different times, we diverge. Can I get your picks, top to bottom, one more time?
The booger eater. It reminds me of the Booger Mobile. Remember that thing? The Hot Take Network threw out there, the Booger Mobile?
Yeah, I'm fine with booger. I'm fine with that booger.
Yeah. No, I like that booger, but the Booger Mobile was funny as hell to me.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Drive around in a car.
Yeah,
very weird.
That was. Yeah. Like that one, that weird camera thing that they were like hanging him from, and like they were kind of floating him in, flying him in on that deal. That apparatus.
Could you imagine if that thing broke? Oh, man, that'd be rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Hot Take Network.
He's good company, man. He did what they asked him to do. He's a pro.
Great company, man. Without a doubt.
Yep.
Just a weird company.
You know who's not? You.
What?
Can I get those 5 picks, please?
Sure. Eagles -8 at Giants. Cowboys -3 at Panthers. 49ers +3 at Tampa Bay. Kansas City at home -2 v Lions. And the Jags over Seattle on a pick 'em.
All right, so great job. So you've done your job. It's probably time to get something to eat. Do you know Ron McDonald?
I do know Ron McDonald. I think we need to, until Michael McDonald gets, moves on, we'll put it that way. I think we need to play that every segment we talk about Seattle.
Why would he move on? He's fine. He's good. Good defensive line. I think he's fine.
And it's the greatest soundbite maybe of all time. Could be.
And Sam Darnold's going to get his. All right, Head. Have a great weekend. Right. I will touch base with you off the air because Saturdays have been bloody. I've been getting murdered on Saturdays. Need a little help, all right?
Sounds good, Jim.
All right, see you, Head. Good job.
Late.
James Kelley.